So I'd like to welcome you guys to the second part of episode 2 of stage 1. A few updates on the Mercury. The Mercury isn't currently on the road. Still haven't started this disassembly. I actually have to take it off because the instrument cluster stopped working. And as some of you guys might know, if you remove the instrument cluster, the alternator won't charge. So the digital one I had, the IC chip, I want to say, burnt up, so it won't actually turn on anymore, and it smelled something burning. So I might actually do a video showing what you might have to do to convert it to a digital one. I'm actually debating on that one, but I will be converting it back to its original analog one. But I will be fixing the odometer because that was the original reason why I actually replaced it to a digital one. So I'm going back to an analog dash for now. Don't know if in the future I might do a custom one, might try to find a digital one, or might just swap the whole dashboard to a newer one. But that's for a future episode in case. Currently now, I haven't done anything to the transmission. Still where I left off. Still need to check the transmission pump, planetary gear assembly, sun gear, the sun gear shell, that's what I want to call it, and the direct drive shaft. The Mercury, I still haven't done anything to it. Instrument cluster broke. The engine is still at the machine shop. Already contacted today. The guy today is the 14th, I want to say, of June. It's already been about a month that I took it to a machine shop. Reason why he still haven't called me to pick her up, it's because 2 of the people that worked with him actually quit, so he's been doing all the work by himself. Not really in a hurry. I trust the guy. He's been fair so far about telling me what's been happening and everything. So once the build's done, I will show you guys where it was. The name of the business, so if you guys are interested, if you guys are in Miami. The guy is a little bit expensive, but I want to say he does a good job. Won't know for sure until I actually go pick up the engine. Okay, so for this part of the transmission, the only thing I'm going to probably be using is a flathead screwdriver, a pick to remove the lip seals and the hour seal here, 1/4 ratchet, and a 10mm socket. I usually prefer using deep sockets. You could use a regular one. So then, the first thing I'm going to start by removing is a spring-loaded cage here. You only have to lift up the tabs by a small amount. You're going to see. You can see I barely did anything to it. See? And there's going to be 3 tabs all around. Once that, take note of the position of the piston, because the piston should go only one way. If you put it wrong, there's going to be some problems with when applying the intermediate piston. I think that's what they call it. One good source where you could probably find how to rebuild this is by buying a program on eBay, which is from Ford. They have a 1999 Ford Explorer that they basically describe everything for that particular car. Since I'm using the transmission of that car, it's basically the best way for me to actually know if what I'm doing is right or wrong. You can buy different manuals. I want to say all 470Ws, they're the same, but there should be minor differences between the years. So if you could get a specific manual for the year of your transmission, it'll be better. I'm using a 99. The transmission I got is a 98. They're still the same transmission, I want to say. So then, just gonna remove this here. See what I mean? It has springs here. I want to say that because I was reading, I think it's probably this hole that you have to look at. and you have to match it perfectly with here when you're gonna be assembling it back. That's just one thing to look out for. Now to take off the piston, you just start moving it and gently lifting it up, and it should pop out easily. See? Lip seals are intact, nothing looks out of place. And then thrust washer. I'm going to use now a 10mm socket to remove this from here and basically show the gears. I'm going to be using a sledgehammer so I could actually remove the bolts. The reason why I'm not trying to do force by hands is because this weekend I was changing a gearbox, got a blister on one hand, on a finger, and got a cut on the other, so I really don't want to do a lot of force. Okay, so currently I already disassembled the transmission pump. The gears are already removed. Pump assembly is already by itself. Still have the seal there, and still have the bushing inside. Stair support, I think this is what it's called. The cage, return spring cage, the piston, the thrust washer, and the 5 bolts that hold this to the transmission pump case. And what I'll call this. There's nothing that calls my attention. The only thing is that there might be these wear patterns here. Don't know if the camera captures it good or not. Let me see if I could zoom in so you guys could see. Don't know if you could see it. Let me see if I have something that I could actually point with. Let's add something here. Okay. So I don't know if you guys could see. Let me see if I could even get closer. Trying to hold it steady. I don't know if you guys could see these wear patterns here. It's all throughout. I'm guessing that's just normal wear, because I passed my fingernail through it without the glove, of course. It doesn't catch. I mean, I don't feel like it catches. Same thing with here. The gear doesn't have any deep scratches. It just has its typical wear mark. I don't know if you can see it there. See here, all around. What I might do is I might just buy a new pump gear. I mean, they're not scored in the sense of that that when you pass your fingernail it catches on it. So I'm not worried about that. I mean, should I reuse the gears? I'm gonna debate. Have to see how much the prices are. I will be checking the clearances between the case and the gear right now to make sure if they're still within spec. I'll see how I could see if this is still square. I mean, the stair support looks good in terms of where the gears ride on. No scratches around or anything. So that's one thing that I'm seeing. That's only the case, I'm guessing, because it's aluminum. It gets more wear. But other than that, I think I might still be reusing this transmission pump. I could probably buy a used one, but they might be in the same shape. So I'm not gonna really be worried that much, because again, my aims are 350 horsepower, max 300 for now. In the future, it might be almost 400, so the transmission would still withstand up to 450. Another airplane passing. I mean, the bearings themselves, they look good. Throughout the transmission case, I mean, this one, I want to say it's still a little bit worn. I will probably still be replacing it because it's only probably like $1 or $2. The stair one, I want to say still looks good. Let's see if I can change it doesn't capture well, but I mean, it has its normal wear and tear. Nothing out of the ordinary. Still probably gonna be reusing it. Doesn't have any wear pattern that I can't see. So currently I'm not worried about that. The only thing I will be worried about is the transmission case. Zoom out. So then basically the transmission case, transmission pump is already disassembled. I will be cleaning it, but right now I don't have the blue mechanic cloths towel. Used them all up already. I'm using currently the white ones. I really don't like them because they release a lot of fiber. So then probably I'm gonna start cleaning this, but I'm not gonna clean it completely because it still is gonna be dirty. What I will be doing is inspecting the clearances between the gears and the case. So I'm gonna set up the camera now so you guys can see that. Okay, so I'm gonna set basically the gear. Currently I'm gonna put it inside the case again. Just gonna clean it up real quick. This is my final cleaning for this. So I'm just gonna place it back in. I'm gonna check how much clearance is gonna be between the gear and the case. I'm gonna say probably there's gonna be 3 thousandths, should be. So there's 3 thousandths. I'm gonna say there might be 4 thousandths. I think normal should be between 3 and 7. I'll put some captions on the bottom of the video for the correct specs, and I'll be using the Ford manual for that. I'm gonna check it 4,000 as 4,000 is getting a little bit tight, so let me just confirm with 5,000s. Uh, 5,000 enters, but it's a little bit higher than 4. That was 6,000. 7,000 really doesn't fit. I mean, it goes in, but you really have to push it in. So I want to say it's probably 6,000s. 4 goes perfectly around, 6 is already tight, so you guys could see. I will be looking at the spec for that. Now what I'm going to do is check for the gear between the teeth and the other teeth to see how much space there is. So basically what I mean by that is the clearance between, let me see if I can put it, between here and here, between these two teeth here. So if you see between this teeth and that, I'm going to check the clearance of it. That was 15 thousandths, I think. Don't know if the video catches it there. It's 0.0015. Two thousandths fits, but it's a little bit tight, so I'm gonna say it's 0.015. So then the gears are good in that sense. The case is good. I want to say because it's still within spec. A little bit on the loose side, but it's still within spec. So then the next video, I'll probably start the assembly of it. What I am gonna do, I'm gonna clean it up a bit and dry off with compressed air. Probably use these type of towels, but I'm gonna be careful not to leave any particles of paper there, or I might just wait to buy a new roll of the blue one. But now what I'll do is I'll start the inspection of the planetary gear. One thing I did forget to mention was to remove the metal clad seals that go here, 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 and here. The top ones, I want to say they look like a gray color, so they go here on top and here on the second one. The bottom ones, they're of a black color, black grayish. They go on the lower two. I just broke mine when removing them. I will be buying new ones. I could have probably reused them for what they might cost, which they won't be that expensive. I might even have them in the rebuild kit. I'd rather not run the chance of using used parts in this. So then the transmission pump is already disassembled, inspected. What I did, I just put it back together for now. I will be starting the rebuild hopefully next week. Well, I'm gonna probably starting the rebuild this week with all the other parts, which I have to make sure they're all within spec. Once I know what's within spec and everything, I could already order the missing parts I need for the transmission. And basically that's when I'll buy the transmission bushing for this one. If I can find it a little bit earlier, I will. I still haven't removed this seal, but again, you just use your pick. Let me see if I can do it with one hand. Don't think I might be able to, so I'm not gonna risk it right now. But I will be removing that afterwards. But again, you just get your pick, hold it with your other hand. Try to get it. Since you're gonna be replacing it, you could probably pinch this. Don't want to scratch that. Probably pinch this and grab, as you can see. But you're gonna need two hands for this. So it started moving there. You just have to lift it up with two hands. Well, you need to use two hands for that. So now basically you're gonna put this apart. Now in terms of the direct shaft, I think that's what they call it. There's nothing that looks out of place. It's not twisted. All the teeth are good. Can I upgrade it to the ones they sell that it's of a different steel? I can, but for this small piece it's about 150. Don't know if my budget permits it. Again, it says that there's two types. There's this one, then there's another one which has, like, I want to say it's more square. I just have to read that part again. I'll take a picture and post it right now on the video. But as you could see, it's kind of rounded, so it goes straight, rounds off, and then it becomes the cylinder. If it was of the other type, it would have a stress point here because of the sharp turn. Since it transitions, this one's better. I'll still most likely still be using this one. All the teeth are good. Has typical wear pattern. But again, I'm not gonna be doing neutral launches, as in rev and just dump into drive. So then this I will be reusing. Yeah, I'm gonna take a picture now, and then I'll start with the I'll also take pictures of this, so you guys could see what I mean that the gears are pitted here. I'm still debating whether I'm gonna reuse it or not. I mean, it looks in good shape. The teeth aren't damaged, except that they're a little bit pitted. Planetary gear looks great, and the sun gear shell also looks great. So I'll also take pictures and post them real quick and here in the video of the direct shaft, sun gear, and sun gear shell. And then I'll show you how I'm basically inspecting the planetary gear, and then that'll be the end of the video. Okay, so as you guys seen in the pictures, the sun gear is paired like here and here on each individual gear. I have to see if that's normal or not. The direct shaft, and the video can't pick her up. Let me see if it can. Trying to hold it steady. I don't know if you guys could see here. It's the same throughout all the parts of the gears. That's the wear pattern. I don't know if that makes it weaker. I'll have to see how much the upgraded part is. Because for 150 bucks, it's a little bit steep right now for me. But if I have to, I'll just upgrade it. If I could find a new one of these, and if it's close to the same price of the upgrade one, might as well just buy the upgrade one. But I don't think the upgrade one is 150. I think it's more around. I'll post up basically the price of the upgrade part. It's something similar as that as the AOD. So then I'll just probably buy either a used one, but probably a used one is still gonna be in the same shape, or just find any one of these. Sun gear shell. You're gonna see in the picture it's paired here and here through each individual gears. The sun gear shell is in great shape. I'm gonna be reusing it. The bushings are in good shape. The only bushings I'm probably gonna replace is the transmission pump one and the tail shaft housing one. All the other ones seem to be in decent shape. Planetary gear one looks to be in similar shape. Might actually replace it. I'm still debating whether or not I want to risk it. Maybe. I mean, it looks good. It doesn't look damaged. So I want to follow if it's not broken, don't even fix it. All the other ones are in similar shape. They're in decent shape. Typical wear pattern. Nothing that's probably gonna cause any pressure loss. So I'm not even gonna be worried. I will be measuring the end clearances of each of the gears just to make sure. And then I'll show it right now. So I'm first gonna start off. I want to say it's 18 thousandths, 0.018. Don't know if you can probably catch it there. The first one, I want to say it's a little bit looser than that. The second one, 0.018. It's a little bit tight on it. Because what I'm trying to do is probably get it in between here to see the end play of each of these. You can see this one has, I want to say it's a lot off play. Don't know if that's normal for one of them to have. For example, this one doesn't have 18, but this one I think this one does. I think there's two gear sets. This one has 18, this one doesn't. This one's more about 15 maybe, 0.015 or 0.014. We'll check that now. So this one's 0.014, 0.014, 0.014. So then what I'm seeing is this one here has 0.018, this one has 0.014, 1814, 1814. One of them's more in, the other one's more out. This one, I think they're both the same. I will just have to research to see if that makes any difference. To see if they're within spec. I'll post if they are or if they're not. But I'll probably post some more pictures of how these actually look like. The bushing by visual inspection looks good. The gears inside don't look pitted. And I mean, I guess they're both different because one of them, it's like 2 gears in one. The other one's just 1 gear. You're gonna see in the picture what I mean by that. Okay, so as you might see in the picture, there's 1 gear that seems to be like 2 in 1. The other one's only 1. That's I guess that's probably the difference of the play it has. One of them has 14 thousandths of play, the other one has 18 thousandths of play, or basically 0.014, 0.018. I will post if they're correct or not. But then basically this array talks about the complete disassembly of the transmission. The only thing I am missing to disassemble is the valve body. Again, the valve body I'm going to leave for last. It's going to be a separate video. It's basically going to be cleaning, disassembling, cleaning, and rebuilding it with a rebuild kit for it that I have, which is a Sonex rebuild kit for the valve body. But then everything looks good to me except probably the direct shaft and the sun gear. But everything else looks to be within spec. I'll see how much the direct drive costs. I'll update that in the next video to see if whether or not I will buy or not. Because right now the budget is it's a tight budget I'm building with. It all depends. The Mercury is currently off the road, as I said. I will be fixing the dash because I wanted to take it to Homestead Speedway, but it wasn't because of that. It happened 2 days before I was able to take it to driving. To do basically a 0 to 60 quarter mile, non-quarter mile, an eighth mile run. I opened a Facebook group, Instagram, so if you guys want to follow it, see sometimes pictures I post. The same pictures of the gears will be posted there if you guys are interested. But yeah, I mean, if you guys want to keep updated with all the progress of the car, you could see Instagram, Facebook, debating about either if I should reopen my car domain page so you guys could see all the progress for that car. There will be more videos instead of this car. It's not only gonna be this car about this video, about this channel. I mean, there will be other projects, minor projects I do. Just bought a generator. Buy it for $100. It's a 5,000 watt running watt generator. It could support up to 6250 watts as surge. But again, that's not really the main focus of this channel. I will be doing different projects. The 4-focus array works for some that might be interested on it. I might do a video on that to show you how it drives. Currently doing an alarm for it. Transmission works great. Does have a small evap leak. I think I might already know what it is. But again, if you guys like the video, share it, like it, subscribe to keep updated with what occurs in the channel. And again, thanks for watching and have a great day.